So I'm Mike Shinn, I'm the CEO for Atomicorp. We kicked off the company in March of last year, so this is our first year in business. We've almost tripled our MRR over the last quarter. We already have a product, we already have customers. If you'd like to know more about that, I'd be more than happy to tell you about it because I'm really excited, of course, that we're making money. So, as Sean mentioned, we make a software full-stack security product currently for the Linux environment, and our target market is the service provider market, particularly the web market. Everything is moving to the web. Every technology, every capability, every something as a service is moving to the web. And that space is not currently very well served for the technologies that are out there. We make a technology that is designed around these new cloud and virtual environments, whereas our competitors make products for the way we used to do things, old school enterprise environments. So we focus on making security simple, easy, quick, and cheap for our customers. It's a simple software product. It takes 3 minutes to install on their systems, and it doesn't require any human being to interact with it or configure it, which allows us to scale over millions of systems very easily, and that's very important for our particular customers. So we do things a little differently in security. We don't chase vulnerabilities. And we also recognize something that's kind of hard for security people to recognize. Systems are going to get broken into, which means you have to do something different. It's great to try and prevent intrusions. Of course, we try to do that for our customers. But compromises are going to occur. So we also focus on recovering the system. So we have some very unique technology that I'm going to show you here in a moment that automatically recovers the system when it gets compromised. And this is extremely important in the web space because web compromises mean that websites are down, and customers don't want that. And traditional security products focus on quarantining things or stopping things from running. So if you have a compromised website and you stop that website from running, what have you just done? You've put yourself out of business. So you can't use those technologies to solve this problem. You need something that can intelligently remove the compromise in real time without breaking anything. So one of the great pieces of feedback we got from our customers was because of that technology, this has reduced both their compliance and security costs by 80%. That was unbelievable that we heard that from our customers. I'm a security guy. That wasn't what I thought they would say the best part of the product was. But for them, it's a cost issue, both in terms of compliance and in response to these compromises. The technology that we've developed, because it's automatically removing the compromises, means that they don't have to do anything. And because we do it in a way that doesn't actually touch the website, it doesn't change the code, it doesn't do anything on the system, there's no risk. We can't break it. So it's really a win-win for everybody. In some cases, we've got customers who don't even do anything. The site got broken into, so what? The product is removing the bad stuff automatically, we're not even going to look into it. So if you have a web application, that's a piece of software or set of software that lives on the system. When bad guys break in, they either change the software itself, the files that live on the system, or they're changing something in the databases that then drive that particular website. If you make changes to that software or that database, there's a risk. You could end up breaking it. So typically when these sites get broken into, there's an outage, a pretty significant one, because somebody has to go through, fix all this code, and do it in a way that's not going to cause it to break. But we developed this technology for a relatively famous, I would say famous, right-of-center think tank that got compromised by the Chinese. They did the same thing. They turned them into a watering hole. If you're not familiar with that terminology, what that means is we're all taught, don't go to websites that you don't trust. Right? So the bad guys compromise websites you trust. It's called a watering hole. So they were targeting some folks at the State Department and the Department of Defense. So they targeted a think tank that they went to. So this technology sits between you, the end user that's going to that website, and the actual web server, and it strips out all the bad code in transit. So what that means is we haven't touched anything on the system. So there's no operational risk to the customer, and because it happens automatically, there are no human resource costs involved. There's no need for an incident response team. There's no need for someone to come in and do something on the system because the effect is automatically eliminated. We have a neat technology in the product as well. It's self-learning. So what that means is, as the bad guys are beating on our customers, That information is shared back with us in real time. We cook it in real time, and then that's shared back out to every other customer. So that means as the bad guys get better, our customers' capacity to defend themselves automatically gets better. That also means that we have a huge amount of threat intelligence data, which personally I think if you're a cybersecurity company and you're not doing that, you're not going to be in business for very long, because it's a great information to have, and it's a great way to validate that your product is working well. So there's a lot of intelligence built into the product to keep it constantly evolving as the bad guys are getting better. So as the bad guys beat on our customers, we're happy about that. That's a good thing. I want the bad guys to pound on my customers, because that means now we know what the bad guys are doing and everybody else knows what they're doing in real time. So some of the great business benefits of our product, as I mentioned earlier, is its immediate results. We built the product for a non-technical user. That's the second point. We do not expect our customers to be cybersecurity experts. That's our job. So the intent behind the product is that you don't need to know what you're doing. You just install it on the system, you go with the defaults, and it's going to do everything that I talked about here automatically. Now, if you are a cybersecurity expert, there's all kinds of neato things that you can do, but we find that our customers don't really touch any of that stuff because they don't need to. Dependability. So I've been in this space, this cloud technology virtualization space, since the late 90s. This isn't my first startup, so I built another startup in the late 90s in this space. I understand it really well. I understand the technologies really well. So we brought over a lot of the development team from that company because we really understood how these businesses work, and we understood the importance of building a cybersecurity product that wasn't going to interfere with their businesses and wasn't going to cause problems for them.